What's good, YouTube? I am joined by DZeef, as we have a top 10 here for you that's really interesting that was based off this card as a discussion point. You want to talk to them about it?
Yeah, so I've always thought that Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus is kind of funny because it's a literal winged beast monster, and it's just a beast monster. I realized that the OCG translation for winged beast could be bird, but still it's pretty funny because like Sapphire Pegasus, Pegasus is a beast with wings, and yet it's just a beast monster. So that kind of kickstarted this discussion.
And as always, we do honorable mentions, so Crystal Beast, Sapphire Pegasus is the first. I get how it could kind of be a mythical beast, though, but our other two honorable mentions here are Millennium Shield and Grand Soil. Millennium Shield is here because even though how's it a warrior? It's just a shield. Like, I get that it's glowing, but it definitely should be like a rock type, maybe even a machine, but it's just there. And you want to talk about Grand Soil here?
Yeah, so Grand Soil's funny because it's a beast warrior, and I would assume it'd be a rock. And even if you zoom in on the image, there's nothing that you can see on it that's like furry or even implies that it's a beast under the costume, I guess. I suppose the only reason it's an honorable mention is because we don't know what's underneath the mask, but realistically, Grand Soil should be a rock.
And before we start this, also shouting out GCD and MDZ for helping out with this list, as well as all of Zodiac. And here we go with number 10.
Number 10 is Monster Egg. This is a warrior monster despite being an egg. If anything, this should be a dragon or beast warrior or something, but clearly an egg with eyeballs is not anything to be considered a warrior under any circumstances.
Yeah, I've never seen a warrior born from an egg, let alone, like, I guess there's just some weird standard for warriors sometimes in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype.
Absolutely.
Getting into number 9, it's kind of a tie here. A lot of these are going to have double examples. Focalt's Cannon and Gen X Blast Fan are both spellcasters despite being very, very obvious machines. Even in Focalt Cannon's flavor text, a mechanical life form revolving through space-time. But the mysterious thing is that it's memory, and then it just starts to talk about it being gone and interfered with. I get that he has an arm and he's swinging things around, but look, it's very obviously gears all over this card. There's just like everything about this card is a machine besides the little magical emblem, but there can be magical machines. And then Blast Fan just straight up, look at this guy. I get the kind of things like Guru from Dragon Ball Z, but like this is very, very obviously just a machine.
I mean, it's a fan with arms, and like this is different from the Shadows because like the Shadows are possessed by a spellcaster. These are just machines.
All right, for number 8.
Yeah, so we have Brio and Levier. Both of these literally have the name Dragon in their titles, and yet one's a sea serpent and one is an aqua. I get what they're going for, sort of, but especially in Brionic's case, both of the other Ice Barrier dragons are dragons, so why did they make Brionic not a dragon? Obviously, it'd be a little overpowered with a Debris Dragon back in the day, but realistically, from a lore standpoint, it should be a dragon. And then Levier is a dragon, like, it's in the sea, so I can understand where they're going with the Aqua type deal, but it's the sea dragon, so...
Yeah, why would it even be a sea serpent, at least?
Yeah, anything besides Aqua, basically.
We all wish we could be dragons. All right, getting into number 7, we have more wrong typing with Spiral Quick Fix and A-Team Trap Disposal Unit. Both of these cards deal with machines, yet are not machines themselves. Quick Fix, obviously a human, quickly fixing things. And this one you actually brought up, A-Team Trap Disposal. You want to talk about kind of the typing?
Yeah, I mean, I can see what they're going for with this because they're people fixing machines, but like the card isn't the machine, it's the people fixing them. In Quick Fix case, it's the person in the image. In the A-Team's case, it's the whole team of people, and that archetype is actually fairies. So why are they typing the card after what they're fixing? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's literally these 4 guys. They're a team. And in our number 6 position...
Yep, so we have Hoot Cake. All the Madolches are kind of weirdly typed because really they're just foods. But Hoot Cake is definitely the weirdest because it's a beast when it obviously should be a wing beast. I mean, if we're going with the Sapphire Pegasus example of that wing beast is a translation of bird, Madolche Hoot Cake is an owl. Like, it's an owl. That's all that really matters here. And if it's an owl, it should be a wing beast, right?
Yeah, even if you wanted to call it a beast warrior for having clothes, it wouldn't be a straight up beast. He's got the beak, and I mean, look at all the chiclets around him. Like, it's definitely just deserving of the bird title. I don't know why. Like, are they scared of Icarus attack?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, in our number 5 position, it's actually an entire small type that's been noted throughout almost all of Yu-Gi-Oh! History. Oppressed People is a water aqua that's literally in a dry field. United Resistance is a wind thunder, and the people running about are a fire pyro that literally I could understand if they were like riding, but they're all running away. The only thing I can imagine is like they're saying that all these forces combined are one of the ultimate like kind of things of nature, but they're all normies. Look at them. They're literal normal monsters with the most insane typing.
Right, and it should be noted that like a lot of cards that didn't make this list, like Ritual Beast Kanahawk and Denko Seka, are cards that are Thunder type with Thunder in the background, but there's no Thunder in the background of United Resistance, and like maybe they're going for like a metaphorical thing, but none of these cards match their types like even remotely.
Yeah, it's just actually insane. Their typing is actually insane. And I get they have that trap card that blows away everything together, but that their typing just does not make sense at all.
Right.
And in number 4,
Yep, we have Doggy Diver. So this card is clearly just a dog in scuba outfit. So it should be either a beast warrior, and maybe an aqua, but warrior just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't match this card at all. Nothing about it says warrior. It should be a beast because it's a dog, or a beast warrior because it's wearing something. Maybe an aqua, like I said, if we're really reaching far because it's in the water. But how did they get a warrior for this?
I just noticed it has normal people hands.
Is that the requirement for a warrior?
Like, he has clearly no weapons on him, but what's going on with this guy? And he actually helps Xyz summon warrior type monsters because he cannot be used for any Xyz except for it just gets more and more nonsensical. Somehow he's a dark too.
Yeah, I don't.
What is so
nothing
dark
about this card makes sense.
What is so dark about this dog scuba diving? Oh man. And number 3, one of the most iconic cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Joey Wheeler's Alligator Sword. Flavor text is even in his thing. This mighty lizard man can swing his sword so fast that like lizard man, so that would scream at least beast warrior, if not reptile to you guys. Which, like, you know, Garuzi's typing makes sense, but Alligator Sword is just completely nonsensical. Like, look at him. Why is he just a beast? He's literally got a sword. He's got clothes. What? I don't get it, man.
Right. So it's like Beast Warriors in Yu-Gi-Oh! Usually are designed when it's ever like some kind of animal wearing an outfit. So like naturally you would assume Alligator Sword would be that, and yet they just put it as a beast. And it's not like this card was printed. I mean, I know it was like an iconic card from the original show, but it was printed like later on, like in the Legendary Collection. It's like if they really wanted to like change its typing to be not so stupid, like they could have just altered it. But like, why is this a beast?
Sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just that way. Number 2 is one that I find most hilarious. Bobby Break's favorite collection card.
Yeah, I'll let you actually try to pronounce this because apparently it has a pronunciation that's pretty close to dragon.
So in the anime, for no reason, there's an extra R here to make it Baby Tiragon. Tiragon. I don't know how. Everyone I know has always called it Tiragon that I've met.
Right. Realistically, this card is a beast. Like, no question about it. This card is more of a beast than Monster Egg is not a warrior. Nothing about this screams dragon. Nothing about this screams anything besides beast. I mean, if I just showed you the image of this card, you would think it would go with like baby raccoons or something. I mean, it even has baby in the name, but nothing about this says dragon. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It doesn't rank up into a dragon either, so I have no idea.
Yeah, there's like people that have even created like alter art cards of its adult form, but look at it. It's got wings, it's got a tail, it's all fuzzy, it's not even like feathery. It's got fur coming out its ears. Like, it literally looks more like a cat than anything. Poor Charizard, just poor guy. And in our number 1 slot, my personal favorite, Hungry Burger is a warrior. I don't know what Metal Raiders had, what Konami was doing. The background looks like a fiend. It should obviously be a fiend, a possessed burger kind of thing. It's got scary teeth, but yet this is a warrior. This somehow equals a warrior, and I kind of hinted at it earlier in the conversation with Monster Egg. But how, Dizeve, how is this a warrior?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Konami sat down at a board meeting and said, "What can Hungry Burger be? But let's just exclude Fiend from the conversation, because like that's what it's like you said, like it's a possessed burger. Like what else would it be? This doesn't have a sword. I don't even know how this thing fights besides biting people. Like Warrior is just like the farthest thing from this that I could ever imagine."
Yeah, like, it literally looks like Yatagarasu makes sense as a fiend. That's why it's not on this list as a winged beast, because, like, fiends have a different meaning, and that's why we didn't really touch too many, like, anything with fairy or fiend, because that has a different kind of meaning that's more nonsensical in a sense, because they're all made up. But man, Hungry Burger the Warrior. And that's going to round out our list. So if we missed anything, let us know in the comments section down below. But this is our personal top 10 after discussing huge forms with both the Discord, Elysium, thanks to Rank 10 and his Discord, and Isle, I believe is how I would say that. I believe that's the name of the person that runs it. And DZ, of course, co-hosting with me, MDZ and GCD from Elysium, and yeah, this was super awesome. I enjoyed it heavily. I love making these kinds of things. And any final notes here?
Nope. Yeah, just that this came from a live stream that I was doing talking about Sapphire Pegasus, and I'm really glad that it came up to this whole top 10 list.
Yeah, pretty insane, man. Thanks for joining us, everyone.